Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 23rd. This week you have a crazy week. I don't think I've ever seen this before. You have 4 6s in your reading, all 4 6s from the deck, which is pretty interesting, and a lot of other interesting stuff. So you start off with the 6 of Diamonds, which is all about planting seeds and looking at where you're going, and trying to start new things, even though I guess Mercury goes direct, so it might be a better, even though Mars is still retrograde, it might be a good time to maybe look at starting new projects and things like that, which is 6 of Diamonds is all about that, all about starting new projects and getting started, really. I mean, it's a just planting seeds kind of card. With 4 6s, I would say that definitely a very karmic week, and probably definitely very much a retrograde week in a lot of ways, because 6s do represent, putting energy into something, getting it back. So they have a lot to do with karma and old karma and things like that. But just as a side note, 6 of Diamonds is a really good card for looking at your finances, which I know has come up several times for you, Sagittarius, all about strengthening your finances, looking at your finances, how you can get them better, and things like that. Next, you have the 2 of Clubs, which is a good card. It's a good card for focusing on yourself, learning new things by yourself, communicating, even talking with yourself in a lot of ways. It can represent, like learning new things about yourself, trying to face your fears, doing any self-work is a good thing to do under this card. And it's also a new project card. It really is. It's another good card for starting new things. It doesn't matter what. Could be a relationship, could be a business, could be any one of those things. So it's a good card for just starting anything new. And I apologize for my phone ringing there. That was really annoying. But this is a good card, like I said. Next, you have the 6 of Spades, your second 6, which is all about improvements in your life, incremental improvements. All 6s represent improvements. And like I said, you have 4, which is pretty crazy. So I'd say you're definitely in for some improvements in a lot of different ways in your life this week. I would actually say that's probably the beginning of improvements as well. I mean, because of this 6 of Spades. 6 of Spades represents the beginning of these things. It doesn't represent necessarily these things coming in right now. So I'd say that you could start to see some good improvements, but it's just the beginnings of these things. This is also a card of fate, so there may be a lot of fated events happening around you, a lot of things kind of just falling into place this week, or you might get a sense of those things as well. You might get a sense that things are just starting to kind of click for you in a lot of ways. Next, you have the 6 of Hearts. This is your third 6 that you have. 6 of Hearts is, again, another card of putting energy into things and getting it back, and that's what this card represents. Usually, you've had a difficult time before a 6, and again, you have 4 of them. So when we get 6s, it represents having a hard time getting things started, but when they show up in a reading, it represents a good time to start those things. This is also a good card. Frequently under some card reading systems, this card's called the Negotiator or something like that. So it's a good card to have any negotiations, especially if you're involved in anything legal. You could come up with some good negotiation tactics, or maybe find a different angle to work on the case if you're involved in anything legal. And even if you're just married, or you're in a relationship, or anywhere really, even your boss or anything like that, it's a good card for kind of looking at both sides of an argument and really kind of coming to a solution. Again, it's a card of harmony as well, of things coming together. So it does say that you could work a lot, a lot of different things out in a lot of different ways. So it's a great card for that. Next, you have the 4 of Diamonds, which is a good card for, again, starting new things. It's definitely a card of newness. It is a card of patience, though. I mean, you have the 6 of Spades here, which, again, can represent patience as well. It represents incremental improvements. And then you have the 4 of Diamonds, which represents patience. So I think that, again, you have some very good things coming, but maybe they're just not here yet this week. I think, if anything, you're just going to see that they are going to be happening, or you're going to hear about how things are going to start working out for you. Again, because 6s can represent the beginning of these things and just kind of getting an idea. This is also a card of inheritance. Some of you might be kind of seeing an inheritance in some way, or receiving some sort of inheritance in some way, and but this is a good card for any of those things. Next, you have the Six of Clubs, your last six. This is a good card for intuition and trusting your intuition, even seeing the future in a lot of ways. I would say there's a lot of that energy with all these sixes. There's definitely a lot of intuitive energy going on. This card represents improvements in your relationships as well. All relationships, love relationships, business relationships, friendships, all those things improving a lot in your life this week with this card. And then finally, you have the Two of Hearts. So love is looking really good for you this week. Again, with all those sixes, love could look really good for some of you this week. But the Two of Hearts is meeting up with somebody who is a perfect match for you, somebody who makes you really happy, and somebody who's really good for you. So looks like a very interesting week. Definitely a crazy week with all those sixes. But thank you for watching and enjoy it.